How to start a housekeeping business on a shoestring budget. I love your question. I can help you out with this. My name's Brando Linick. Hey there. And when it comes to business and being just tight on money, without trying to overwhelm you, confuse you, misguide you, long story short, what I'm going to share with you, it can save you a lot of, not just money, but blood, sweat, and tears. In my story with, housekeeping, having been able to start different cleaning businesses before in the past, and dealing with the chemicals required, dealing with the work and the overhead required to actually get it going, it wasn't all that much money. It actually was just like under $10,000 to actually start and get going with a van, with some employees to help me out. And even though it wasn't that much, that can be a lot to a lot of people. And I would actually advise you, unless you're looking at it from a franchise perspective, which if you have a shoestring budget, I'm assuming you would not be looking at it, from a franchising perspective. You're looking at it maybe possibly from a business perspective. You want to make some income, you want to make and build a business, be your own boss. And if that's what you're looking for, the rest of this video is for you. But if you're not, and you really just want to start a housekeeping business, comment down below and I'll point you in the right direction. But if you're looking at just building a business to be your own boss, to create leverage, and you are on a shoestring budget, I actually wouldn't suggest you head down the road of starting a housekeeping business, alright? Even though it's a simple business to start, even though it's not too heavily expensive, not a big upfront investment, even though, it could cost you like anywhere from 10 grand to $25,000 to start, that can be a lot to some people. But even though that's the case, I would advise you, alright, learn how to leverage yourself as much as possible, where you can increase your business and your profit margins and your income, but you won't have to, deal with all the overhead associated with it. What do I mean by that? Simply put, my story with this goes back a year ago when I transitioned from a traditional business, dealing with all that overhead. It was crazy. Sometimes paying employees more than I was getting paid. And I came across I actually met a person who was building a business on the internet, who didn't have a whole heck of a lot of money to start, who didn't have to spend tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars to get going. They had to learn a lot of stuff. They had to put in work, alright, don't get me wrong, because they're making a high multiple six-figure income business online. It required work, they had to learn stuff, but they didn't have all that overhead associated with it that cannot just cost you, tens of thousands of dollars to get started. You got to keep in mind maintenance fees, maintaining, managing on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. That can cost you thousands of dollars per month, alright, every month. So because they didn't have that, they weren't dealing with that, building a business online, I had reached out to them for help. I was struggling financially, emotionally, mentally. It was not a pretty place, and I'll maybe touch base on my story in another video, but it wasn't fun. And I reached out to this person, started to model them with their permission. In less than about 30 days, created a full-time income, was able to walk away from my traditional business, was able to walk away from corporate America, and had to learn stuff, had to work. It wasn't some get-rich-quick gimmick, alright, schemey thing. If you're looking for something like that, business in general off or on the internet is not right for you if you're looking to get rich quick. But if you're tight on money, learn to build a business on the internet. If you want to be your own boss, create time, freedom, and leverage to be able to do what you want when you want. I'm not talking about being broke. If you're broke, getting a job is probably in your best interest first. But if you're tight on a budget and you've got a job, learn to build a business on the internet. It will save you a lifetime of stress, anxiety, late nights, and frustration. So you can take that, you can leave it. That's just my experience, that's my 2 cents on it, and I hope you enjoyed this video as much as they put it together for you. And I look forward to seeing your success story. And if at the end of this video you'd like to learn more information about how to build a business online, by all means you can check out my site. It's 123marketingtips.com. But aside from that, at the time of shooting this video, it's Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, and happy Thanksgiving, I should say. But whether or not it's not, when you're watching this video, have an awesome day and take care.